All right, on the bench, we have a Cobra 29 XLR. So this belongs to Bernie. So the note he left me says here, the mic has a short in it somewhere. If it's beyond repair, plan on using a 6360. Radio powers up, seems to receive fine. Go ahead and recap it if necessary, whatever it needs to be happy and healthy. For mods, he wants a variable power on the dim knob, talk back on the CB PA switch. He wants a Palomar TRBX4 Echo and a Delta tune spot. That's a tough find as of right now. Lots of Echo boards, but the TRBX4 Palomar is, I don't know if they've been bought or whatever. RF Limited is now Palomar, something along those lines. But anyway, it's tough finding Palomar stuff, including the RFX kits. I think they're no longer being manufactured. But anyway, also if you can get 20 watts out of it, pretty close. And keep it as original as keep it looking original, no cosmetic mods. All right, so you can see I already started taking this apart. So it does need to be recapped. These caps are old, original caps, so they have to go first and foremost. And then we'll end up doing, I don't think there's documentation per se for this specific radio for as far as variable. As you guys know, this is a D858 PLL Cobra 29. So basically, this is the only one that is. There's really not that much documentation out there on installing a variable on this specific radio. But I think I can find, I think I found some instructions on an old, like, Supermodulator, those old kits that you could get. I think I can use a transistor, and using those old instructions, I think I can get a variable pot on this. So, what did he say he wanted the variable on again? On the dimmer. Yeah, that should work. So... Alright, that's about it. He didn't mention anything about a meter light, but I'll email him and make sure that he wants to leave that, or if he wants to replace it with another incandescent, whatever he wants, I'll get it done. But yeah, here's the mic. I cleaned up the switch. It was a little dirty, but also I think this thing might have been kinked for so long that it doesn't work when it's straight. So it's gonna have to be rewired. The end's gonna have to be rewired, because when you put it down to where it originally was, the mic works. You put the cable straight, and it does not work. So yeah, that's gonna need a new end cut back and a new end installed on there. But all right, let me get this recapped, and yeah, we'll just go right down the line of mods. I'll probably end up putting the variable on some prototyping board, rather than just have the pots bodged down on the board. I think having I'll probably have the Echo board, or maybe both of them on the same side. I don't know, we'll see. But I think I'm gonna make a prototyping board and just mount it on the side of the radio for the variable. Way it's nice and clean and neat, and you don't have to worry about having the pots touch or arc out on another component, whatever. So all right, let me get this recapped. I want to show you guys sometimes what you have to do to get the glue out of some of these radios. So I'm in the middle of recapping this, and there's a 470 microfarad 6.3 volt cap that goes right there, C142, and you see this X1 crystal 1, which is this here, this 10.695 crystal. You can see the glue that's poured around it. Your best bet is to remove the crystal and actually inspect to see if the glue So what I'm trying to say is you'd never know if the glue made it all the way to the bottom and actually touched one of the legs on that crystal. So the only way to really be 100% sure is to take that crystal out. And that goes for any other component. So, you know, like look right here, like I'm going to have to do the same thing here, take out that 10.240 crystal. You know, it's stuff like that that makes a big difference in the longevity of these radios. And it's a necessity to do that. So, yeah. You know, in the case of this capacitor, I didn't have to dig around it because it was coming out anyway. You know, so, but the crystal, yeah, that had to come out. So, yeah, that's, I just wanted to kind of show you guys sometimes what you have to do to make sure that, you know, the glue is completely removed from these radios. All right, radios recapped. It's not aligned. I still have to do the variable carrier on this. Echo is installed on the Delta Tune spot. Dim pot is disconnected, and the brightness now is set at at max. We went with a warm white LED rather than a bright white LED. Kind of simulates a incandescent bulb. Kind of looks original. So yeah, that's what we went with there. These are the wires from the dimmer pot that's going to be going to the variable. Yeah, so that's basically it with this. What else can I say other than it's just time to attack this variable. So like I had stated before, I'm going to put it on a piece of prototyping board. I don't need this whole thing, so I'll end up cutting this down to size. And then, yeah, mounting it somewhere over here. I'll drill the sides and put one of these short L brackets in there. Yeah, so that's basically it. So now the key here is to use good components, the best you can, because these are relatively cheap anyway. So it's just, you know, use brand name stuff. So I'm going to be using a TIP 120 from ST Microelectronics. That's a good brand name semiconductor company. You know, I'm sure you can go on eBay and buy one, you know, for, 80 cents or whatever the case may be. But, you know, you run the risk of just having really a piece of crap. So, you know, I make sure that whenever I'm doing something, I try to get the best quality components that I can. So I'm going to be using, just like in the radio, I'm going to be using an Ichicon cap. Like I said, an ST Microelectronics TIP 120, and yeah, right on the prototyping board. All right, variable is set. Came out nice, looks clean, works great. So I think this is exactly what he was looking for. So yeah, let me on max we have. Let me put the dynamic all the way down. Yeah, right around 5. And let me turn this down. Yeah, all the way to off, basically. So, yeah, it's working good. Right on the dimmer. Right on the dimmer. So, great. All right, so let's see what we got for, we got almost like 20, but, that's talkback. Oh yeah, forgot. Talkback is on the, he wanted the CBPA. So PA's talkback's on. Test, 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 test. Test, 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 test. All right, so, yeah, that's working good. Let's see what we got for modulation here. I mean, sorry, PEP. Audio, 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 audio. Not that anybody ever talks into a mic that way. I kind of crack myself up when I talk that way into a microphone. I'm like, I never talk into mics like that. But you want to actually see what the radio is doing. So, yeah, right around 18. Audio, 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 audio. 18, 19, yeah, somewhere around there. So it's kind of where he wanted it. Sometimes, some of these radios, I don't know why, I don't know if it varies from model to model, but VR6 back there, sometimes you have the VR6 back there, sometimes you don't. It's just that resistor, so I'm not going to mess with this. I never mess with those. But modulation is, when you look at the waveform, it is a little bit over. It's not pinched off, I mean, it's not clipped, but it's definitely starting to pinch a little bit. But I think I'm going to leave it that way. The radio still sounds great. It's just right at that borderline of, you know, over modulating. But I think the radio sounds actually, it sounds really good actually. Echo. Let me get the monitor radio on here. Channel 19. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. And let me turn that up. Testing 1. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing out this great audio on this 29 XLR. Trying to keep the dynamic down. Try to keep that squeal to a minimum. Echo is set to where I would normally have it, but obviously the owner can set it to wherever he wants. But yeah, this is how this is going to sound on the other side, and that's with the stock mic. Actually, these coffin mics don't sound too bad, but it is a great sounding radio. So yeah, there you go. So next is to put the covers on, and we'll put it on air and see what's going on. Maybe we can get a radio check. All right. Actually, forgot to do receive sensitivity. So, all right, there's an S9. All right. Let's do synad reading here. Take a measurement. It's minus 80. Minus 90. Minus 100. Minus 110. Let's see, I get hit 12, right about there. Right about there. Okay. So we got what? Minus 110. Minus 114. Yeah, so that's a great sounding radio. Sorry, great listening radio. Put this back to S9. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's pretty good actually for this radio. So, all right, let's put her on the antenna. Skip was rolling in a little while ago. Figures. Yeah, Motormouth Mall. Just barely, but he is there. Go back around one more time.
Big horn is right
.320 Boston, Mass, waving a hand. Anybody got a copy on 320 Boston, Massachusetts? Break. Alright guys, I'm going to leave it there. It's just, it's either way too busy or, you know, I don't think I'll ever get through. But anyway, alright, let's recap. So, got the mic fixed, got the switch cleaned, cut back on the actual cord itself. It's probably a short somewhere where it was bent. We have talk back on the CBPA. All the other switches are what they are. We have a variable on the dimmer, and then in the Delta tune we obviously have a echo, and in the meter we have a nice warm white LED. I think it looks great. I think that is the closest you're gonna get to an incandescent looking bulb without actually having an incandescent bulb in there. So yeah, I think this radio came out really well. I think the customer's going to be happy with it.
40 got a hammer down over here. I don't know if he's playing their motor mall. We're going to small ball being mall get down. Well, if he sounds just like me, he'll laugh a lot. Because I find life funny. Hey, 819. If he find life funny, he'll sound like me if he laugh a lot. Hey, but 819, yeah, I got me a 6-foot jumper. But I don't know how long the network is inside the thing. But I might have to. I got an 8-inch jumper. 410 6040. While you're working a DC driver. Hey, yeah, you're working a DC driver, and you walking and talking. Ain't no doubt about that. 6040. You know what's going on. I got down, baby.
He must have his antenna pointed right to me. Right in this direction, anyway. I forgot to mention that if anybody is interested in putting a variable in one of these radios, it's not just the 29 XLR, it's anything with this chassis in it. So I'll name off a few that I know off the top of my head, like the Teddy R, the President Teddy R, I think the Honest Abe, yeah, President Honest Abe, 29 XLR, the 89 XLR, I know a couple of the T-Berries, the Zachary T, yeah, anything with the UPD858 AM only chassis, this should work, that variable should work on any of those radios. What's nice about the Cobra is you have this, the 29 XLR is you have this dimmer right here, which works great for a variable. But yeah, if you guys are interested, you know, I can probably give you guys a good deal on pre-wiring something. I don't know. Send me an email if you're interested. I can actually tell you what traits to cut, and you know, get yourself a little prototyped board that you can mount inside somehow. If it's something that interests you guys, yeah, send me an email, text me, whatever. All right. Thanks for watching.